bands don't work. You need weights to gain muscle. What are you doing? Hi, my name is Disciplined Dave, where I put the technique in your physique. Today, we're gonna cover 7 reasons why bands will not work for you. That's right, they won't work for you if you don't do the right things you need to do to gain muscle and lose body fat. So make sure you're doing these 7 things in order to get the full benefit of resistance bands. And the last tip is the most important, so make sure you watch the video until the end. Also, if you're interested in the whole process of me filming and making videos, I'm actually putting this video on how I made this video on my Instagram highlight stories. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check it out at Disciplined Dave. Now let's get into it. Now the first tip, in order to get results from resistance bands, what you want to do is make sure that you're changing up your reps. That's right. You want to go with a certain routine maybe for like a month or so, and then you want to change that up. And when I say change up the reps, sometimes you want to go very high with reps, maybe 15 to 20 reps of 3 sets. And then sometimes you want to go heavier with lower reps. So maybe you're going to go with 3 sets of 6 to 8. And then you want to switch it up to maybe something in the middle where it's like between 8 to 10. Now, I know that I told you a lot of different things here, but I put a great video about all reps matter to show you how to change up your reps. So not only should you be changing up the number of your reps, on how you do the reps. So you want to do things like hold sets where you're holding it for a certain period of time and then releasing. You want to do certain things where you're going to have partial reps, where you're going to hold it at a certain point, then hold it at another point. So all these different things I go over in that video in more detail, but you want to make sure in order to get results, you want to change up those reps. The next tip, you want to change up your exercises. That's right. Our bodies adapt to exercises very easily, especially when you're doing things like cardio. But when you're using resistance bands, you want to make sure that you're doing a variety of different exercises. Like if you want to change up the way you do bicep curls, if you're going to do them elevated, if you're going to do them a little bit lower, if you're going to do it behind the door or in front of the door, all these things are going to tear different muscle fibers. So whether you're doing your chest, your legs, you want to change up the routine, because once you get comfortable with a routine, now it's time to change that routine. So make sure you're always changing exercises and challenging your body. Now this right here, if you're not doing this, you will not get results for resistance bands. You want to make sure that you stay consistent, okay? So you want to always have your schedule and plan it out when you're going to work out. I recommend for most people, they need to be working out 5 days a week with 2 days rest. So make sure you fit it in when you can. You don't want to do 2 days this week and then take all these days off and do another 2 days. Maybe you're going to do 1. You want to make sure that you stay consistent, because actually most of it is just showing up. I know you heard that a lot, but it's so true. It's going to take time. All these quick fixes that you hear out here with 15-minute abs, 5-minute abs, those are all false, okay? It's going to take some time. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I've been doing fitness for over 10 years. It took a while for me to develop my physique, but you have to stay consistent. The reason why most people don't get results with resistance bands is that they don't stay consistent. So make sure that you're staying consistent with your schedule. Now this tip, we've all heard it before, but you really got to do it. You need to be eating right. If you are not eating right, you will not get those results for resistance bands. You want to make sure that you're eating the right food that's going to fuel your body and make it so that you can burn body fat. Now, everybody has different goals. If you're looking to gain weight or lose weight, your diet is going to change on that. But you want to make sure that you go ahead and you want to follow a certain meal plan or change the way that you're eating. Because if you're eating a lot of junk right now and working out, you're not going to get results. You are going to get discouraged. And the old saying is that you can't out-train a bad diet. That is absolutely true. So go ahead and check out, I provide a free meal plan. I have a link in the description. It's actually in all my videos. So make sure you check that out. And I also made a video called What to Eat. And I made this with Mrs. Disciplined Dave. So you can get a male perspective and a female perspective. This is exactly what we eat. I also put a lot of food on my TikTok and Instagram, so if you want to check that out to see what I eat there, but you want to make sure you're eating the right foods or you won't get results with resistance bands. The next tip, you want to make sure that you maximize your effort. Every time you work out with resistance bands, I want to make sure that you give your maximum effort. You want to give it your all. Every time you work out, you should feel like your butt is kicked. You should be always giving that maximum effort. A lackluster exercise will not burn that body fat. It won't tear those muscle fibers. So you want to make sure that you're giving that maximum effort. And what does that look like? So when I give reps, let's say it's 15 to 20 reps, this is how you should be thinking mentally about that. You should start the struggle around 15. And in that 15 to 20 window, that's when you can't possibly do another rep. Now be honest with yourself. Are you working out that way? Are you making it so that that last rep is everything you got and you can't possibly do another one? If you're not doing that, you won't get results with resistance bands. So make sure that you stay intense every time you work out and give it your all. Now this next tip, you're gonna like this one, but a lot of people kind of neglect this, especially you got that motivation and you're ready to go and you're trying to, you're giving it your all. You're doing the last tip. You're giving your maximum effort. This is for you. You want to make sure that you take your rest very seriously. A lot of people don't do that. There's a lot of people out there overtraining. So you want to make sure that your rest is taken as seriously in your schedule as it is your workouts, because you actually gain muscle and lose body fat when you're resting. You gain muscle after you tear those muscle fibers and they relax and it builds your body up, okay? So in order for you to get the results you need, you will need to take those rest days. So make sure you do that. Now the last tip, the final tip, the one that is the most important if you want to make sure you get results with resistance bands. You want to make sure that you're using great form and great technique. The good news is I got you covered there. My channel is all dedicated with resistance bands using great form and technique. I go over the techniques. Some videos I stop it to make sure that you can really get the point. So make sure you're using great form and technique every time you work out. You don't want to just lift and do the exercises. You want to contract the muscles that the exercise is intended for, okay? So you want to feel every single rep. You want to develop your mind-muscle connection. Every time you should be trained to get better and better at your form and technique. This is what takes you to the next level. So make sure that you always focus on good form and technique. And if you're unsure what to do and you're watching this video, go ahead and check out my playlist here when it comes to the Ultimate Workout Series, because I go over form and technique with each body part and muscle group. So check that out. And also make sure you check out the All Reps Matter video, because it's gonna be very beneficial to a lot of people out there. So go ahead and check out those videos, and thank you for watching.